One type of people that I really hate are video game scalpers. Now, I hate a lot of people, but I think video game scalpers are near towards the top of my list of most hated individuals. Now, if you wait in line outside in the freezing cold for a product and then you get it and you decide you want to sell it, that's okay. You put in time, you put in effort into things. But we have this new age of people that are buying and scalping things with online bots, pre-ordering for them and getting a large quantity of product and then driving up the sales of the prices for all of these things. Whether you want to pay it or not, if you want to get it, you're kind of forced to do it. It's a whole new era, and it's a really scummy era, I feel, and it's something we definitely see all the time with video games. When it comes to the PlayStation 5's initial launch, we definitely saw it with people with essentially warehouses full of PlayStation 5s to sell at a high price point. You sometimes see it with other products, such as analog products. But the whole thing about scalping a product is you have to kind of know how the demand is going to be for that individual product. You kind of got to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, the price of the product, the amount of availability for the product, and really the consumer demand for the product. In this situation with the PS5 Pro, we talked about some scalpers trying to sell the anniversary editions and their PS5 Pro pre-orders that they had, which is supposedly against eBay's terms and services, but I was very interested to see how this would all play out. And now we have some information to showcase this, and boy, oh boy, the scalpers are sucking on a fat one right now because nobody's buying these things at any exorbitant prices. I know John made a video on this yesterday, but I'm going to be meaner to these people because he probably coddled them like he tends to do. But we're going to take a look at the scene over on eBay for PS5 Pro stuff. And the first thing that should jump out at you immediately is the fact that you can get a PlayStation 5 Pro with an additional DualSense controller. So a whole nother controller for $760, free shipping, free returns. That's cheaper than buying it individually. You're getting an additional controller with this. If you were to go buy two controllers, I believe a DualSense is either $75 right now, so that would be $775. There's no markup here, and this is readily available. You can get this whenever you want. You can see that the disk drives are a little bit on the high side of things, but none of these things are selling for, crazy prices or anything like that. This individual here with a 915, buddy, you're going to be sitting on that for quite a while. Nobody's buying the $790 one. Like, when you look at something like the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's funny to me because these systems are not going to be selling at these $900 price points. You could list anything you want on eBay at any sort of price, and maybe people will bite on it, maybe they won't. But one thing to really sort of separate these different listings from each other is when you go ahead and take a look at the sold options, because once you start to look at these, you start to see some crazy stuff. So $125 for the disk drive, it's a little high, but comparatively speaking, it's not extremely terrible. Like, I don't really have a major problem with that, 125. But look at this one here. You get a PlayStation 5 Pro plus the disk drive plus a $25 PSN network gift card that sold for $755 or best offer. So they could have actually offered less than that and still gotten it for a lesser price. But at the maximum, they paid $755 for the disk drive, for a PSN card, and for the system. We see that there's some more hard drive, or the physical drives are selling pretty consistently around the 120 to 130 mark, which, like I said, I don't have a super problem with that. The markup on it isn't ridiculously high, but like, why did this sell for $1,000? Like, you didn't get $1,000. You got whatever the best offer was because you bought it with intentions of scalping it, sir or madame. That was your whole point of buying this, and you thought to yourself that people are going to pay extremely ridiculous prices on these systems. And when you keep scrolling around, you can see that, like, there's nothing crazy going on with this. This is a rarely used open box one. What in God's name is going on? That looks a little fishy there. But you could just scroll down this list and see that these people are essentially getting stuck with these products and they're not able to sell them at any sort of crazy prices. There was that 760 bundle that we saw that includes the PlayStation 5 Pro plus the additional controller. So what does this say about the PlayStation 5 Pro? Does it mean that there's absolutely no demand for it or anything like that? No, I don't necessarily think so. I think what it really boils down to, though, is you have to look at a myriad of factors going on here. And we'll go ahead and pull up another page while we do that. But basically, the PS5 Pro is a luxury item. It's not something that anyone really needs to go out there and get. And one thing that I think a lot of these scalpers forgot about because they're idiots, like, okay, well, whatever. Oh, that's an old one. See, look at that. That was sold on October 11th. So this person bit the bullet thinking that it was going to be a demand for it, but then there wasn't. So they ended up overpaying ridiculously for it. And I find that to be very, very funny. But essentially what is happening here is if little Johnny wants a PlayStation 5 for Christmas, they're going to get a baseline one. Not many kids are going to be out there. Now, I will say that that's pretty ridiculous, but, you know, it is what it is. But not many kids are going to be out there asking specifically for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Sony knows that there's going to be an initial demand for this system, but as time goes on, you know, it's more of a niche marketplace. It's more of a niche thing that if you're not a tech head, you probably don't care about this system. I mean, I am somewhat of a tech head, and even I'm waiting. I made a video talking about why I was waiting a couple of days ago, but long story short, I don't want to play old games at better frame rates and better visual fidelity that you need a microscope to see. I want it to be good for the new experiences. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing with this. So the fact that, you know, no one is really making any sort of crazy profit, whereas with the PlayStation 5 system, people were able to easily double their money that holiday season, it really boils down to the fact that this thing's expensive to begin with. This is a luxury item. This is a $700 item that's not in massive demand. If this was a base system or something like that, or a brand new console, then maybe, sure, you could get, you know, a little bit of a return on your investment with this. But I just find it so funny because what's going to end up happening is, unless these people tricked people and got them to folly into their pre-order thing, you know, because of the potential of FOMO or something, like, people are not going to be able to move these at any sort of crazy prices, you know, $7.99 or best offer. So what did you make after taxes on this? Like, you made nothing. People are probably making more on the disk drive than they are on the actual system itself for the most part. Like, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's honestly a beautiful thing to see. And I hope we get horror stories coming out of people like losing money on this sort of stuff, because these people are scumbags. They don't care about games. They do this for anything. They were the Tickle Me Elmo scalpers. You remember that crazy situation where Tickle Me Elmo was like the most wanted thing in the world? Look, another best offer accepted, $7.88. Like, you don't even have to fight people on this. You don't. You could simply just buy that one system that's available for this one right here, $760. You're getting an additional controller as well. Why even bother playing the bidding game? Why even bother trying to get it from Sony? Free shipping. Free shit. You're paying taxes and then for the system and controller. So suck it, PS5 Pro scalpers. You lose. You lose. You have lost terribly. And I hope that there are individuals with warehouses full of these. I hope there are individuals who wasted all of their holiday money thinking that they were going to be able to flip these PS5 Pros and make, 5 times, 10 times their money back. And now they're screwed this holiday season. And they've put themselves in that situation. You know what that's called? That's called karma, bucko. That's called karma, jackass, because you read the market wrong. Not every new product is going to command a high resale value. If you do this for the Switch 2, you'll probably make some decent money. Let's be realistic with this. But the PS5 Pro was not that product. It is not a new system. It is a revised system. And a revised system that Sony has obviously made bountiful amounts of units for. So, I love to see it, man. I love to see it. This is probably artificial bidding anyways. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I really think this is someone like bidding on their friend's behalf, because why would there be 3 days left on this and it's at 760, yet this is 760, buy it now. And they're reputable and they have limited they've sold look at this. Look at this. This is a scalper probably. They have sold 328 of these and they've probably made pennies on their investment. Suck it. Suck it. All right, I'm done making fun of these people. Let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below. Are you surprised that the PS5 Pro is not a hot scalping item? Are you surprised? Because I'm not. I mean, you could have bought it, you know, once those pre-orders went up, they were around for quite a while. It wasn't exactly a high demand item. People are trying to buy groceries this holiday season, not small incremental upgrades unless they can afford it. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Happy Veterans Day if you are in the United States. Thank you for your service if you have served in the military before. My grandpa did something. I think he was in the Navy, like did like Morse code stuff. I don't know. He did something with it. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to share it around. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.